I wish that somebody had shared these steps with us when we were trying to quit our jobs as an accountant and doctor to become online coaches. So here is how we did it, building Propane to multiple 7 figures from scratch so that you can do the same. So if you're starting online coaching, or if you're like most coaches and you're stuck at a particular client number because you're trying to apply stage 1 methods to get to stage 3, then this will give you the map and stop you from getting stuck and wasting years. I'm basically sharing this because it would have been so valuable to me if I'd seen this 10 years ago and I'd known exactly how much time to spend each day and what to spend my limited time on to move the needle in my business while I was working busy shifts in hospital. So this is to ultimately help you to reach your profit and your freedom goals as an online coach. There are 6 stages that you can replicate here to go from your full-time job to profitable online coach running a scalable business. And each stage requires different levels of time and skill and energy. So you need to know which stage you're in and what's the key action for that stage. And I'm going to cover what those are at each different revenue level, what's the key constraint, what's the daily action, and how long you'll be at each stage for. So my name is Yusuf, and me and my business partner Johnny have helped 1,200 coaches to go up this ladder over the years and to become predictably profitable, making thousands in profit, just like Phoebe, just like Dan, like Paul, like Carl, like Jay, all using an automated selling system that I'll go through. So, quick overview. Here are the 6 stages, and as you're watching, please comment below with the stage that you feel like you're currently in, and I will send you a little something to help you with your current stage. This is literally from 0 to 1 million, but you have to hit £1,000 before you get to 10,000, before you can hit 1 million. And these things are slow, but the good news is that your efforts compound over time. What you need is a good offer, skills, and leverage, and we'll talk through the specifics of that. But first, I want to address this idea that you can only make money in the fitness industry selling shovels in the gold rush and not actually fitness coaching. We are working with clients who are doing $1 million a month plus in online fitness coaching. It is not the offer. It's the execution. We love fitness coaching ourselves. We still actively do it with our own clients, but we are systems nerds. And honestly, we're much better operators than we are coaches. And our fitness clients were constantly asking us about this stuff over the last 15 years. And so we now are sharing behind the scenes of what we do as well. So let's jump in to stage 1, or stage 0, let's call it. Going from dreamer to doer. Here's the good news to start with, is that 99% of people don't get past this stage. The revenue level is 0, they're making no action, they're just dreaming about this online coaching business that they're going to set up in the future. And the constraint, the thing that's stopping them moving forward, is all between your ears. It's imposter syndrome, it's procrastination, it's telling yourself stories, it's inaction, it's scrolling on Instagram and just watching other people succeed and making excuses. So literally, at this stage, the action that you need is to decide to do it. Stop thinking about it, stop reading books about it, just begin. Once you've done that, and there's about 10 minutes of admin, which is set up a bank account and get the legal stuff in place. Most people don't get past this stage. It's not the time, it's a 10-minute job. It's about making that mental shift from being stuck in dreamer mode to doer. So, you've gone past this stage. You are now at stage 1. At this point, you're working outside of the industry and you want to know what's going to take you from 0 to £100 a month. Maybe you're working full-time in a hectic job like we were, so you don't have loads of time to dedicate to this, and you just want to get your first client. What we need here is an offer and validation that people are buying what you're selling. Most people at this stage think that their constraint is leads. It is not leads. You have leads. You have the best leads that you're ever going to have. So if they're not going to buy from you, then strangers definitely won't. And that just means that your offer needs work. So this is just about finding your expertise, your passion. Check your YouTube history. Check your history on other websites too. It doesn't matter. Coaching offers are health, wealth, and relationships. So health is fitness, meditation, spirituality. Wealth would be personal finance, career coaching. The more niched, the better. And relationships could be dating, pickup, divorce coaching. Whatever. It just has to help somebody to solve a specific problem. And if you get that nailed and get that refined and you become an expert in that thing, then you have got an offer that you can help someone to solve that problem. So the action required here is 100% speaking to leads and putting that offer in front of them. And you find those people through your network, through referrals. I want you to get your first client as soon as possible, but offer a discount. Don't do it for free, because everyone will say yes to free. It doesn't really give you any useful validation that someone's going to pay money for the thing. Deliverables is just straight up, boring, one-to-one coaching. If you do these actions, the time that this stage takes you is a week. Just like Mohammed or Sam or Nina or Travis, who got their first client this week. Next, we go up to stage 2. £100 to £2,000 per month. This is where you're getting clients 1 through 10 and you're beginning to replace your job income. At this point, the constraint is consistency. It's refining that offer and it's doing the boring manual thing, speaking to people, doing all the calls, speaking to all the leads, making your offer as refined and specific as possible, because that's laying the groundwork for the future stages where you can really scale your income. So the time allocation here, you are spending 50 to 80% of your time speaking to leads, speaking to potential clients. So you're doing that for 60 minutes per day and 20 to 50% of your time doing the coaching. That's about 15 minutes per day. No matter how good a coach you are, it is limited at this stage by how many people are signing up with you. You haven't got enough clients to even know what a good product is, so don't sink loads of time into the coaching until you've had enough conversations with people to figure out what do they actually want so that you can give it to them. Some people who have hit this stage this week: Connor, Joe, who's got 8 clients exactly within her niche, and James. So if you've spoken to 100 people and you have no bites at this stage, it means you've got a shit offer. You've got to go back to this stage and figure it out. Okay, next is stage 3, £2,000 to £5,000 per month. This is really the fun part because you're making the shift from coach to business owner. You're starting to build some systems. So you're shaking out some of those old bits of mindset of spending all the time on Instagram, consuming rather than creating, and hello, sir. Oh, you're in town already? Shit. Okay. Fine. I will cycle over. Are you in Nando's now? Okay, cool. See you in a sec. That was a call from Chris. He is waiting for me at Nando's. So I'm going to get to the next stages when I'm back full of chicken. I'm back, as promised, and the chicken was lovely. Thank you for asking. So we are here at the stage of 2,000 to 5,000 per month. Let's make that a bit clearer. This is a common spot where people hit a wall because it's the time when you have to switch from coach to operator mindset and start thinking in terms of systems. And this is where you will begin to experience leverage. If you get this right, it's brilliant. And it's a really weird feeling to get raving testimonials from somebody who you don't recognize. And they've just been through your system, they've had a great time, and they've been coached by your systems rather than by your time. And they are still over the moon, they stay with you long term. So it's a pretty cool jump to make, but to be able to do that, you have to have an automated selling system and a semi-automated fulfillment system. So this stage is where you have 10 to 30 clients. The main constraint is capacity, and this is where you have to build out the leverage. Building this does take some setup time, even if you know what you're doing, but once you have it nailed, it opens up a huge amount of capacity and the maintenance time, week to week, drops dramatically. So the time allocation, first of all, building the product. So this should be 30% of your time, so around 60 minutes per day. And you have enough data from the previous stages down here to be able to start building something that people actually want and that it's going to be a home run. You're just documenting what you're doing anyway, but you're turning it into something which can be used repeatedly. The next step, another 30% of your time, is building the automated selling system. This again takes about an hour a day while you're building it, but it's a one-off project. Once you've built it, it's done. Finally, you are running your automated selling system, and that's about 15 minutes a day once that's running. You have a little bit of admin and pipeline and content creation and stuff, which is 20% of your time, roughly 30 minutes per day. At this stage, you have replaced 50 to 100% of your full-time job income. So you are now at this point where you can comfortably and safely quit your job because you've got a stable, recurring business that's generating cash, generating clients that you can control. You can turn the tap on and off, and you can then be like, all right, well, I can now quit my job and suddenly have more time available to reinvest into the business and grow things further to the next stage if you want to. Some examples of people who are at this stage: Nancy has converted 3 new clients this week. Natu has nailed his offer and everybody he's spoken to has joined his program. And Steve has got his 10th client this week, so he's about to start building the automated selling system. Next stage, 5 to 30K per month. Now, we specialize in helping people get to this stage because it's the sweet spot. You've quit your full-time job, you're in this, the full method is outlined in the description and on the rest of this channel, but this is where you have 30 plus clients on maintenance. And you've built your systems, you've built your fulfillment and your selling system. The time allocation really is just the coaching, which is 30 to 60 minutes per day to maintain this if you're using this fulfillment model. You decide when you want more clients, and if you want to do that, it's 15 to 30 minutes per day while you're running your automated selling system. This is the lifestyle sweet spot because you're making good money and you're enjoying the process. You're not having to sink loads of time into stuff. You've built the systems and they are doing the delivery for you, creating a gold standard service. Some examples of people at this stage: Sardar has hit 100 active paying members. You can see Dom, Jim, Phoebe with a 36K launch, James up 30% revenue. This is where I want you to get to. You have maximum income, maximum time, maximum enjoyment, freedom, travel, time with family, all that stuff. So it's a real sweet spot, and it's where you can get the best results for people. At this stage, if you want to take on some one-to-one clients purely for the pleasure of it, this is where you can do it without any financial pressure. Some people who are at this stage choose to do that with the handful of clients that they most enjoy working with face-to-face because it keeps their foot on the ground and it's a great way to get some contact. And that's something to be aware of, actually, because when you are in this position, you are full online, laptop, not a huge amount of human contact. So it can get quite lonely, and you have to make sure that you're designing your lifestyle around that and that you plan out travel and family time and so on so that you can actively take advantage of the laptop lifestyle, create what Johnny calls positive constraints. And that's a lesson that I personally have to keep relearning. Now, you're ready to go to the dark side. You've been here and you're like, it's not enough. I want more. You're like, okay, you can take the red pill, but it comes at a cost. This is where we go from 10K a month to $1 million. You're building a performance business at this point. You're choosing to go beyond the lifestyle sweet spot, and you're getting into what Dan Martell calls the pain zone. The difference here, and what I mean by performance business, is building a house versus building a skyscraper. Skyscraper is specifically built with performance goals and an exit plan, and there's a lot of prep that's involved in digging the foundations deep so that you can build it high. To do this, every piece of your funnel has to be on lock. So like cracks in a submarine, as you scale to deeper pressures, there cannot be any weak points. Otherwise, we're going for volume here. So strap in, be prepared to spend up to 200K a month on ads. You need good data, sales attribution, solid processes, SOPs for every moving part of your business. We are naturally systems thinkers, so it made sense for us to lean into systems for coaches as our performance business. So the number of clients that this can handle is 200 plus live clients at any one time. And what you're going to be doing is building a appointment funnel. So this is where you condense and improve your automated selling system into a shorter, very high performing process. You're going to need to tune up every step of the funnel. You're building a team that leads each part of the business. So lead generation, and you have to have obviously a killer offer to allow them to do their job properly. Sales, you need to have excellent conversion and a process that you've validated. If you haven't, you can't just be like, oh, I'll just hire a sales rep, they'll figure it out. They won't figure it out. They can only be as good as the founder. Fulfillment, so you need to be producing reliable results for your clients. And then operations, which is all the tech and admin and stuff that fits between the cracks. So the action required at this stage, now that you're running your pipeline at scale, is it has to be systematic. You cannot YOLO this stage at all. So you are doing these things. Filling your pipeline, which needs a full attribution system. We have a video on that here if you want to see that in more detail, but ultimately that's identifying the first click and last click when someone comes into your world. Complementing that is your traffic ecosystem, so that's how you serve impressions, organic and paid. You then need a way to retain clients, so fulfillment systems and constant product development. And then manning the ship. This is attending masterminds, leveling up constantly as a person, because as always, your business growth is a function of your personal growth. And your level of personal growth sets the ceiling for your business growth. As James Clear says, my favorite quote, entrepreneurship is a vessel for self-improvement disguised as a business pursuit. You also have to be recruiting, outsourcing, and managing properly. Again, I have a video on this here. Now, the time commitment. As you step into this stage, it will be all-consuming. You will lose your mind several times. And this is the stuff that I find really challenging. It's going to stretch your anus. So you will be spending 50% of your time firefighting and then 50% just doing everything else. The difficult part of this is that now you are a full-blown operator and you are having to develop a huge new set of skills that you have had no exposure to up until now. And the skill set that got you here suddenly disappears from your desk because now other people are doing it. So you have to make sure not to lose your touch, but also develop all these new skills while you're moving. And it's like those cartoons where the train's moving and the guy's trying to lay the tracks as it's going. Examples of this. So we have worked with a couple of nutters at this stage who choose to take the red pill, who are doing $1 million a month plus. But this is not really the mainstay of what we help people with, and it's pretty heavy going. Now, those are the 6 stages of building an online coaching business, going from 0 to dreamer to doer to making your first £100, then £2,000, 5,000, 30k, and then going full-blown performance business, big dick energy. If you've watched this far and you're like, oh, I'm definitely at this stage or this stage, comment below with a specific problem that you're facing and I will send you something to help with that. In the meantime, you can book in a chat, whatever stage you're at, and we can help you to get to the next one. So link is in the description below. It'll be with myself or Johnny or one of the team. We can demo how our entire system would fit into your business. So click below and I'll speak to you soon.